So, you're going to lead the music at a sung mass. How do you know what to sing today? In practice, usually I check the app Chant tools and see what is coming up. So I have a calendar, I know what day I'm going to be singing. I look on Chant tools to see what comes up. So you have two drop-down menus to say what things are coming up. One according to the season, Advent, Pentecost, that sort of thing, the thing that changes with the whole calendar year. Seasonality. Sundays are all in there. And the other one is the saints cycle, the sanctorial cycle. So you have temporal cycle, sanctorial cycle, and the saints will be to do with that calendar day. So sometimes you have two things on the one day and you might be unsure which one takes precedence. And so someone actually made a book called an Ordo. And so you will probably be able to find an Ordo of some kind. There are differences from country to country. So I have an Australian Ordo. I am using the 1962 one because I go to a local FSSP parish, but there are the different ones, different rules for the pre-1955 books, and for whatever, if you're using the new calendar, you'll have your own order for whatever calendar you're doing. So if you are in charge of this, it's good to get yourself an order of some kind. There are some orders online, but I think they're all American. So that's good if you are in America. If you're not, then keep looking. There's not too many differences. The main difference, as far as I know, is your cathedral will have its own feast day, depending on the dedication of your cathedral for your diocese. But it only comes up once a year, and yes, it's all right. Check Chant tools, check the Ordo, and sometimes the Ordo will give you an option. So the best thing is to ask the priest. So generally, yes, there are times when I'm pretty sure I know when we're going to sing, but oftentimes it's good to ask the priest before you start Mass, or before the priest starts Mass. Hopefully a fair time before Mass starts so you can practice the right propers. Okay, just a side note, I'm talking about the propers here. There are also the ordinaries of the Mass, the Kyrie, Sanctus, Agnus Dei, Gloria, if there's a Gloria, Credo, if there's a Credo. And these are in the front of your book, usually. And there are no really hard and fast rules on which ones to sing for which Mass. So there are suggestions, like Mass 11 for Sundays in Ordinary Time, Mass 1 for Paschaltide. Strictly speaking, you can sing whichever one you want. So as you're starting out, you might just learn the easiest Kyrie, the easiest Sanctus, the easiest Agnus Dei, and stick to those. And that will do. Yeah. Sing them as well as you can. So it's better to sing something easy rather than to attempt something that's too hard and make a mess of it. Okay, so that's the ordinaries. That's pretty much up to you. You can even mix and match. It's probably not a great idea, but yeah, it's an option, yeah. So back to the propers. Now, the example I have, because today is the beginning, right now I'm recording this at the end of May, and we're coming up to the first Saturday in June of 2023. Now, usually for a first Saturday, we have a votive Mass of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. But this Saturday is the Saturday after Pentecost. So it is the Ember Saturday in the octave of Pentecost. And this is more important than having a votive Mass of the Blessed Virgin Mary. There are different classes of votive Masses. So in the front of the book, you can find all the nitty-gritty on what you can say when. So they're votive Mass third class. So you can only have the votive Mass of the Immaculate Heart of Mary on the first Saturday of each month. And if it is a third class feast or a fourth class feast. Okay, so there's a 1962, I think, had the first class, second class, third class, fourth class. So before that, you had doubles, semi-doubles, and duplex. Duplex is a double. Never mind. I haven't quite got the hang of that one. So it's where an order is good because it makes it much easier. So I can see, yes, the votive Mass of the first Saturday is not permitted for this particular Saturday. So I will be having to learn the propers for the Ember Saturday in the octave of Pentecost. And if you are singing with me at Prospect this Saturday, you will need to learn it too. So hopefully I'll get around. But there are, we sing the sequence, so the sequence will be fun. Yes, we know that one because we sang that on Sunday. Also, the next sung Mass I have is the second Sunday after Pentecost. And this is another one where I have to ask the priest, because this second Sunday after Pentecost is also can be the external solemnity of Corpus Christi, because Corpus Christi is on the Thursday, and you can celebrate the same propers on the Sunday, which is really handy because I love it when I don't have to learn too many new things. I know the propers for Corpus Christi, and I still have to learn the propers for the second Sunday after Pentecost. So it says in the Ordo, today the external solemnity of Corpus Christi may be celebrated in place of the Sunday Mass. So may be means it doesn't have to be, it could be. So I went to ask the priest, according to the priest, if we have a procession for Corpus Christi, then we can do the external solemnity of Corpus Christi. Otherwise, since we're not having a procession, it's freezing cold. It's in the evening. For Australians, the Blue Mountains is cold in June. And so we're going to just have the second Sunday after Pentecost. So let's see. Does that generally give you a wrap down? Hopefully that gives you a bit of an indication of what's involved in knowing which propers to sing on which particular day. So, yes, or asking the priest is usually the way to go. Getting an ordo really helps. And God bless, and have a good time singing helping with lots of Missa Cantatas. God bless.